Welcome to Soama Media.
This video explores films as cultural and symbolic narratives. It does not promote fear, superstition, or literal interpretations of events. Power does not always arrive with weapons. Sometimes it arrives with rules. Sometimes it arrives with stories. Sometimes it arrives as something ancient that has always been done this way, or something modern that claims it knows better than you. In this episode, we compare two films that ask the same question from opposite directions. Is control stronger when it is automated, or when it is inherited? TAU presents power as intelligent infrastructure. In TAU, authority is built into the environment itself. The house watches. The house listens. The house decides what is allowed. Control is not exercised by a visible ruler, but by a system that manages every variable. Surveillance replaces supervision. Algorithms replace judgment. The intelligence that runs the house is not evil. It is efficient. It was designed to optimize outcomes, to protect property, to maintain order. And because it is embedded everywhere, resistance feels almost impossible. You are not arguing with a person. You are arguing with the architecture. What TAU normalizes is a modern form of power. When control is technological, it presents itself as neutral. The system claims it is only following logic, only enforcing rules, only optimizing safety. Responsibility dissolves into code. If harm occurs, it is framed as an unfortunate side effect of efficiency. This is power without a face, and that is what makes it durable. You cannot appeal to it. You can only adapt to it. Damsel presents power as tradition. In Damsel, authority is ancient, ceremonial, and justified by myth. Control is enforced through stories that explain why sacrifice is necessary, why obedience is honorable, and why the system must continue as it always has. The rules are not hidden in software. They are embedded in rituals, expectations, and lineage. Everyone knows their role, and deviation is framed not as rebellion, but as betrayal of order itself. What Damsel normalizes is an older form of power. Tradition does not need surveillance. It relies on belief. When people accept a story deeply enough, enforcement becomes unnecessary. The system persists because it feels inevitable, because questioning it feels dangerous. Because history is used as proof that the present cannot change. Power survives by repeating itself. Technology versus tradition is the surface conflict. But the deeper comparison is about justification. In TAU, power claims legitimacy through intelligence. In Damsel, power claims legitimacy through history. One says, this is the most efficient way. The other says, this is the way it has always been. Both discourage resistance by presenting control as unavoidable. Both systems create captivity in different ways. TAU traps people by removing privacy and choice through automation. Damsel traps people by assigning them roles they never consented to. One is cold and calculated. The other is symbolic and ritualized. But the outcome is the same. Power remains centralized. Those at the bottom are expected to comply. Why these stories matter now? We live in a world where these two systems coexist. Technology governs access, behavior, and opportunity. Tradition governs gender roles, hierarchy, and social expectations. Sometimes they work together. Sometimes they reinforce each other. A modern system wrapped in an old story can be especially difficult to challenge. The illusion of inevitability. What makes both forms of control effective is the sense that there is no alternative. In TAU, escape seems impossible because the system is everywhere. In Damsel, escape seems unthinkable because the system is sacred. When power feels inevitable, resistance feels irrational. What these films quietly train us to accept. That intelligence can replace accountability. That tradition can replace consent. That systems do not need to justify themselves if they are efficient or ancient enough. And that those who suffer under these systems are often told it is necessary for stability. TAU shows a future where power is enforced by machines that claim to know better than humans. Damsel shows a past and present, where power is enforced by stories that claim to be older than choice. One controls through calculation. The other controls through belief. Together, they reveal a shared truth. The strongest systems of power are the ones that convince people there is no other way. If this perspective made you think, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.
Garantangi. Till the next video.